Well, welcome back everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. So in this video, I was debating if I was gonna even make this video. I was talking to my friend Shuki about it yesterday. And how do I even make this video? You can tell just by looking at the title, okay? And the way the title says it, what is Xbox? And honestly, that's the question that I wanna put out there for you guys. You tell me, what does the Xbox even mean? Alright, so before I get to the nitty and gritty of what do I think about Xbox and does it even have any meaning, let's talk about what Microsoft Gaming Studios is right now. Alright, so let's just kind of dive into that. What Microsoft Gaming Studios is right now, it's a service. No different than Netflix and Amazon Prime Video, right? It's pretty much identical to Netflix. It's a service. Just like Netflix, it's a service for movies, TV shows. They do have some gaming here and there, which is pretty neat as a bonus. But nonetheless, Microsoft Gaming Studios, it's pretty much equivalent to Netflix. Think of Microsoft Gaming Studios as a Netflix of gaming, and they do have a big amount of games, large amount of games for you to choose from. Day one releases like Forza Horizon 6 that's coming out. That's pretty cool that you can check out, Forza Horizon 6 without paying $70 for it and then see if you like it or not. That's pretty cool, So let's talk about what Xbox Game Pass is, all right? And then we'll get to what Xbox is and what it's not. We're going to get to the console part because I don't want you guys to get confused. What this video is about, it's not me trashing Xbox. It's me trying to distinguish, does the Xbox console brand exist or is it relevant? More of a question of, is the Xbox console brand relevant like it once used to be 26 years ago? 2001 November, was it November 15th 2001? Same thing with the Xbox 360. Those are the two best consoles, right? The original Xbox and Xbox 360. But does the Xbox console brand has any relevance? Is it relevant today? And that's really what this what this video is about, boiled down to. So let's talk about the Game Pass. Now, Game Pass, as I have mentioned before, it's a great gaming service. You do get a lot of games that you can benefit from. You do get Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is a big deal. People who don't think that Call of Duty is a big deal, well, I don't think they understand. I don't think they can grasp just how huge and big Call of Duty is. Call of Duty is a juggernaut. Just like Grand Theft Auto is a juggernaut. Well, guess what? They have both Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto in there as a juggernaut. On top of obviously many other games that they're included. Recently they included a Star Wars Outlaws, so you can play Star Wars Outlaws. Actually today, Star Wars Outlaws is coming out today, so you can play Star Wars Outlaws. That's pretty cool that you can play these Ubisoft games like The Crew Motorfest, Star Wars Outlaws, and I'm sure Assassin's Creed Shadows will be coming, Call of Duty, all these games that you can play. However, you do have to pay $30 a month. Now, as I have mentioned previously, there is a way to work around that if you know what to do. You don't have to necessarily pay $30 a month. There is a way to work around that. Okay. Excuse me. So, as a service, Xbox Game Pass is a great service. I don't want people to mistaken me here. I don't want people to think that I'm like trashing an Xbox. Even though I like to troll it, I like to, make fun of it once in a while as a comedy. But don't mistaken me that I'm like some kind of an idiot that I don't understand. I understand the value that the Xbox Game Pass has. Just like I understand the value that the Netflix has and their original programming and movies and TV shows. I get all of that. So I'm not like trashing Xbox Game Pass. This is a pretty good service. You do get a lot of good stuff here. Just look at all these games that you get. Just Call of Duty alone, it's more than enough. On top of everything else that they have that you can play. Like I said, I mentioned you can play Star Wars Outlaws. You can play The Crew Motorfest, man. It's pretty cool. You can play Call of Duty. You can play a bunch of other games. I mean, there's so many. You know, I'm not going to spend like this entire time on this video just telling you how many games they have. They have a lot of games. You know, some games they come and go, but they do have day one releases, right? Like Forza Horizon 6. That's a pretty big deal, right? And many other day one releases that might be coming in the future, right? So, Microsoft as a gaming service, I totally understand that. Okay? Microsoft as a gaming service, I get that. I understand that. And I think it's great. I don't agree with the price. I think it's ridiculous that they're charging $30 a month. All right? What they should have done is, the very least, $25 a month. $25 a month, I think people would have, you know, still, it would kind of hurt. It would sting, you know, like a bee. When the bee stings you, you get stung by a bee. You would still feel it, but then you would forget about that pain because, well, it could have been worse. It could have been 30, but it's only 25. Like 25, I think people would have kind of settled down. Like, I know it's 25, but you know, look what I get here. You know. So I don't agree. Even Ryan McCaffrey says even he doesn't agree with $30 a month. They should have figured out the way to work around, like to bring it down to 25. But Microsoft says they believe that the $30 a month is justified. They believe that $360 a year is justified, etc., etc., etc. So they still stand by their beliefs, their statements. They're not going to back down on that. They're going to double down on that, which they have doubled down. Sarah Bond has doubled down on it. Matt Booty has doubled down on it. They all have doubled down, especially with these commercials that were coming out throughout the holiday season of 2025. They've been doubling down on that, you know, segment of this is Xbox. But here's the problem. Whenever I see those commercials that says, well, this is an Xbox, right? Your MetaQuest 3, it's an Xbox. Your LG TV, it's an Xbox. Your Samsung TV, it's an Xbox. Your PC, it's an Xbox, right? You look at all of these devices, they're all Xbox. Well, hold on a second. Let's be politically correct, okay? I'm not trying to pull Bill Maher, politically correct. I used to watch that TV show way back in the days. It was a fun show. But let's get politically correct. All right. If you tell me this is Xbox, well then what is the point of a console? If everything's an Xbox, well then what is the point of this console? Why even call it an Xbox? So that's the question I'm trying to come to here. That's the full circle I'm coming here. I'm not trashing the service, okay? People down on the comments, and I know they're going to misunderstand this because they're not going to watch this video entirely. They're just going to have their knee-jerk reaction. That's why I'm going to keep you for 1 hour to be able to comment, because I don't want the trolls to comment on this video right in the first second. I'm going to make you watch this video and wait for an hour because I want you to watch the video to understand my perspective. I'm not trashing the service. I said service has a lot of value. Clearly, just Call of Duty alone, it's a value. Okay, I'm not saying that the service doesn't have a value. I don't agree with the price. It is what it is. It's $30 a month. There's a way to work around that if you know where to go and what to do. Okay, but why are you telling me this is Xbox? What is the meaning of Xbox? Like, the Xbox used to be a console, right? As far as I remember, 25 or 26 years ago, 26 years ago, this used to be a console. It used to be a brand of a console. So what happened now? Why? Okay, so if you're gonna tell me this is an Xbox, everything's an Xbox, so then there's no more console. Like the console has no validation. Like if Nintendo, like imagine if Nintendo says this is a Nintendo Switch 2, everything's a Nintendo Switch 2. Well, then why bother buying a Nintendo Switch 2? Imagine if Sony says this is PlayStation 6. This is PlayStation 6. Well, then people are going to say, well, then what's the point of me spending $1,000 or how much is going to cost? Probably $1,000. Then what's the point of me paying $1,000 in 2027 or 2028 or 2029, whenever it comes out? What's the point of me paying that kind of cash for PlayStation 6 if everything's a PlayStation 6 and I can play all these games everywhere? You see my point? I'm not trashing the gaming service. The gaming service is great, okay? Especially if you have a high-end PC, a really good PC or really good gaming laptop like I do. You clearly can benefit. Or if you have, Meta Quest 3, if you have an LG TV or Samsung TV or Amazon Fire TV stick, there's some benefits here, especially playing it on a Meta Quest 3 in a big screen. I'm not saying that there aren't any benefits here. I'm not trashing the gaming service. And this is what I want you guys to understand about this video, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you Xbox fanboys will not understand this, because all you see is, oh, is he criticizing Xbox logo? That's all you hear in your ears. But you're not seeing my context and perspective that I'm trying to bring here. You're not hearing me giving you a question. The question I'm asking is, what is the validation of Xbox logo? It doesn't have any validations anymore. If everything is an Xbox, well, then it loses its validation. What does it mean then? Oh yeah, but it's a brand. Brand of what? Brand of games. Well, then what is Microsoft Gaming Studios then? Isn't that a brand too? Isn't it a Game Pass a brand as well? But it's a service brand. Why not just call it Microsoft Game Pass? Microsoft Gaming Studios Game Pass. Or just call it Microsoft Game Studios Service. How about just call it Microsoft Game Pass? Why call it Xbox Game Pass? And the reason I'm asking this is, what is the point of owning a console of Xbox? What is the point of having an Xbox console? And I know some of you will tell me, yeah, but I have friends. I have a lot of friends on Xbox. Well, guess what? You can still get in touch with those friends even on your PC. Through all these devices, you can still get in touch with your friends. You can get in touch with your friends through your phone, through Xbox app. So you don't necessarily need a console to get in touch with your friends or to chat with your friends. Yeah, but we cannot do party chat. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can do it through the Xbox on a PC. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it through your phone too as well. You can do it through Discord if you want. So don't give me this, I can't do a party. Yes, you can. Oh, I can. Yes, you can message through PC as well. So the question I'm asking is, what is the point of this console? For those of you who purchased Xbox Series X for holidays 2025 Christmas, my question to you is what's the point? I'm sorry, I'm just to me, Xbox brand as a console brand has no validation. When I look at Xbox brand, it's just a service. It's not a console anymore. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, to me, Xbox brand, it's a gaming service. It's not a console. Because if everything's an Xbox, right away, immediately, it loses its validation as a console brand. Nintendo Switch, it's still a console brand. PlayStation is still a console brand, All right? I don't know how long is that going to last. We'll see with the PlayStation 6, but it's still a console brand. Xbox is not a console brand. It used to be. Only on Xbox, right? I know it's still a choice. You can still buy it, but how many people are really buying the Xbox? I guarantee you more and more people are playing the Xbox on a PC. I mean, Game Pass on a PC. Why would he spend $1,000 on a console when he can just buy a gaming laptop? A decent gaming laptop, or build a decent PC. Get in touch with iBuyPower, right? And iBuyPower will build them a computer that they want, and they'll ship it to them. There's so many companies building PCs now. They'll ship it to you, and that's it. So, before I end this video, I am not trashing the service. This is a great service. All right? Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass. It's a great service. The only problem is it's not a console brand anymore. Okay? And that's the issue, in my honest opinion. It is a console brand, but it's brand that has lost its validation. Some people still call it a console brand, but it's a console brand that has lost its validation. That's all I'm trying to say on this video. It's not a validated console brand anymore. And that's all I'm trying to say here on this video. I'm not trying to trash Game Pass. I'm not trashing Game Pass. Did you hear me trash a Game Pass? No. All right, so people who come on this video and they think that I'm trashing the Game Pass, I'm not. I'm not trashing the Game Pass. I said many times there's a value to Game Pass. I'm not trashing it. All right? I'm just simply trying to understand the meaning of an Xbox brand. If they want to keep the Xbox brand as a logo, that's fine with me. But you can't validate it as a console brand. And that's the whole point of this 17-minute, 18-minute video. It's not a console brand anymore. It's just a gaming service. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make here. It's not a console brand anymore. It's just a gaming service. And a really good gaming service. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. Day one releases, Call of Duty, etc., etc. There's a lot of stuff here to play. So that's essentially what I'm trying to say. Okay, so then what's the point of being an Xbox fanboy? What is the point? What are you Xbox fanboy of what? of a gaming service? You could say I'm a gaming. You could say I'm a Game Pass fanboy. Because Game Pass, it's essentially like Netflix. That's what it is. It's like a Netflix of gaming. It's what it is. Essentially, it's what it is. It's available on all the devices, just like Netflix is available on everything. Right? You can access Netflix from so many different devices around the world. Okay? It's available. So same thing here. So it's not a console brand. It's a gaming service brand. That's all I'm trying to say on this video. And even though I explained this, I'm pretty sure people will still misunderstand what I'm trying to say here. People will still write down on the comments a bunch of stupid nonsense because all they see is their fanboyistic point of view, and they don't want to listen to somebody else's take or somebody else's perspective, which comes with facts and factual information, right? So they just want to stick to what they believe. Now, if you want to believe that Xbox is a console brand, then go and believe that. But I'm sure a lot of people will remind you that it's not. But whatever helps you sleep at night, I don't care. Just remember, I'm not here trashing the Xbox Game Pass service. I'm not doing that, and you'll never see me do that. I disagree with with a $30 a month, but it is what it is. There's a way to work around that. But I'm not saying, that the Game Pass doesn't have any value. Game Pass certainly has a value. I have acknowledged that many times before, that it has value. Just the Call of Duty alone, it's a value. On top of everything else that they have. Day one releases like Forza Horizon 6 and Fable and many other games. But as a brand, console brand, it's not a console brand. It lost its validation. I can't justify. If you're to ask me right now, before I end this video, can you recommend me buying an Xbox Series X for $800 or $900? Absolutely not. For that kind of money, dude, you can purchase a decent gaming laptop, play there. You can purchase a decent gaming desktop, even with a 3070. You're still better off. It's still more powerful than the Series X. Listen, it's I can't justify to anybody. Like, I can't justify purchase of Xbox Series X or Series S. I just can't justify it with the pricing that they have jacked up, with the price tag that they have jacked up, and the fact that it really has no validation as a console or any kind of value as a console, because you really don't need it. You really don't need it. There's better options you can go with a better experience, right? So, yeah. So anyway, that's the end of the video. That's all I'm trying to say on this video. Xbox brand, it's not a console brand. It's just a gaming service. I will repeat this again in case you guys didn't hear me the first time. Xbox brand, it's not a console brand anymore. In 2026, it's not a console brand. It's a brand of gaming service. Just like Netflix. Very much identical. Okay? And that's all it is. It's a gaming service, and hey, that's fine. But be politically correct. Don't give me these commercials that says this is Xbox. This is Xbox. No, it's not. It's not. That's a MetaQuest 3. That's an Asus ROG Li. That's a PC manufactured by a different, third-party brand. iBuyPower, Asus, whoever. MSI, doesn't matter. So don't give me this, this is Xbox. You can say, hey, this is a Microsoft Game Pass service that's available on all these other platforms and all these other devices. That's what Netflix does. Hey, we're Netflix and we're available on all these other devices. We're available everywhere. But we're a Netflix service. So you should do the same thing. You should remove the Xbox and call yourself Microsoft Game Pass. Gaming service. Microsoft Game Pass gaming service, because that's what you are. You're not an Xbox because you lost that validation by putting all these games, your exclusive games, to all these other third parties of different platforms. And then even on Amazon, you can play Indiana Jones. You can play these games on GeForce Now. You can play these games on these other cloud services. You can play these games on a PlayStation 5. So you lost a validation of a console brand. You're not a console brand. You are just a gaming service. And that's honestly all I'm trying to say. And this really shouldn't be that difficult for anybody down in the comments to understand. It's not a console brand. It's a gaming service. And if you have a difficult time understanding that, well, then you're going to be ignorant for the rest of your life. If you're just going to be an ignorant, But this is a fact. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to clarify here with this title. What is Xbox? What is Xbox? And hopefully this will clarify to you what is Xbox. It's not a console brand. It's a gaming service. It's really simple to understand. It's not like super difficult to understand. What is Xbox? Question mark. It's not a console brand. It's a gaming service. In order for it to be a console brand, it has to be exclusive. You can only play it on that console brand. Just like Nintendo, I can only play Mario Kart World and all these other games only on Nintendo Switch 2. I can only play Kirby Air Riders on Nintendo Switch 2. I can't play it anywhere else. That's it. But these commercials, I don't understand. This is Xbox. This is Xbox, right? This is Xbox. Everything's in Xbox. This is Xbox, right? I'm sorry this video is long, but it's just... This whole thing, this is Xbox, I don't understand. I don't think those commercials are really working for them, to be honest. I don't think it's working for them. The whole this is Xbox campaign, didn't really sit well with a lot of people because it just didn't make any sense. I don't think I'm alone in this. I know there's going to be some portion of Xbox fanboys who's going to dislike this video and attack me down on the comments as they will, which is expected. But I know there's also other percentage of you that will say, yeah, he's making some sense on this video. Those commercials don't make any sense. What is the whole point of the Xbox brand? It's not a console brand. It's just a gaming service. And now, having said that, I have no issue with Xbox Game Pass. I think Game Pass, it's a great gaming service. Okay? And I've been saying that, and I'll say it again. Xbox Game Pass, it's a great gaming service. It is. It has a great value for you to save money instead of paying, $70, $80, $100 to play those games. You get to try them out for 1 month, right? And if you like it, don't like it, right? You'll know within a month if you like or don't like something. So that's pretty good access that you can have for 30 days to try out some of these games to see if you like it. You know what I mean? And then if you feel like you like a certain game, well, then you can own it. You can buy it. You can cancel the membership and you can buy that certain game that you like. So there's certainly a benefit there, But it's not a console brand. I'm sorry. I can't justify paying $900 for a console that lost all of its, validation as a console brand. Sorry, cannot do that. So I hope this video clarifies a lot of things. I know it's a long video, but I said yesterday this is a video that will have to be a little bit longer because there's so many key points that I need to address here, so that way nothing gets misunderstood. I don't think I have any accent. You guys can turn on the subtitles, or I don't know how well AI audio dubbing is going to work. I would still prefer that you guys turn on subtitles on whatever language you are. I think everything's crystal clear here. Everything that I said here is crystal clear. There shouldn't be a misunderstanding. All right. So there you have it. That's the video. And that's my take on it. This is my take on it, and that's it. Unless Xbox comes out with this ridiculously awesome console in 2027 or 2028 or 2029, and it's like an amazing console and it has exclusives only on Xbox for about a year or something. You can only play it on that console. If something changes, I don't know, we'll see. But as it is right now, as of January 12th, 2026, it's just a gaming service. It's not a console brand. And that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay? Thank you for watching. Have a great day.